So in today's video, we are going to be discussing Jake Young's departure from Bradford City. The forward has joined Barrow AFC on loan until the end of the campaign. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 60 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell, and it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts on this departure as well down in the comment section down below. Now, this was actually announced yesterday before our match against AFC Wimbledon. Obviously, I was at the game, so I didn't get a chance to record and do a video before the match, so I'm bringing it now. I don't usually upload on a Sunday, but if you've not already checked out my match day vlog from Wimbledon away, then feel free to go do so. When it officially got announced at 12:30, there was a lot of confusion on the minibus. A lot of people understood why he's gone out on loan, coming from the point of view where he's not played, he's not been involved in a match day squad since October, not played a minute since September, but from the point of view that the man should be involved in matchday squads. Of the last couple of matches, how many matches has it been now where we've struggled just to score a goal completely out of nothing, where it's an individual piece of brilliance? Whereas that's something that Jake Young brought right at the start of the season, didn't he? Against Barrow himself away from home on this second game of the season. Scored a brace against League One Sheffield Wednesday, majority of their first team playing in that game. Scored a worldie against Walsall. For whatever reason, Mark Hughes has decided that he's not, I don't think it's because he's not good enough to be involved in the squads. Like, he's a young player, it's League Two, he's going to have some inconsistent games, but at the same time, from the outside looking in, it looks like this is clearly a fallout between the manager and the player, maybe an attitude problem. I'm not really too sure, but make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. So Bradford City tweeted yesterday at 12:30 PM saying, breaking news, Jake Young has joined Barrow AFC on loan for the remainder of the season. The article does then read, Young loaned to Barrow. Jake Young has joined Barrow on loan for the remainder of the season. The forward signed for the Bantams in the summer and has made 12 appearances in Claret and Amber. He will now spend the rest of 2022/23 at Holker Street. Bradford City AFC would like to wish Jake the very best throughout his spell at Barrow. Barrow obviously also tweeted at 12:30 saying, Barrow have today signed forward Jake Young on loan from Bradford City until the end of the season. Welcome to the Bluebirds, Jake. Their article does then read, Barrow signed Young on loan. Forward Jake Young has today joined Barrow from Bradford City on a loan deal, until the end of the season. The 21-year-old joined the Yorkshire side in the summer on a 3-year contract for an undisclosed fee after being part of Forest Green Rovers, a Sky Bet League 2 title-winning side last campaign. He scored 12 goals in 51 games for Forest Green before making the move north to Valley Parade in late May. He's already found the back of the net at the SO Legal Stadium this season when he netted an equaliser for Bradford City in Barrow's eventual 3-2 win in August. What a game that was, obviously. Andy Cook equalised in the 95th minute, then they went up the other end and scored in the 96th minute. It was absolutely a crazy game. Jake now joins Barrow until the end of the current season and will wear the number 28 shirt for the Bluebirds. He will join Pete Wild and the squad on Monday and go into contention for next week's home game against Salford City, subject to EFL clearance. Now, I think for me, the thing that stands out straight away is Owen Doyle. Now, for those who haven't been following the channel, Owen Doyle is obviously a player we signed in 2018 as a replacement for Charlie Wack. I think we paid a couple $100,000 for him, and there was a lot of high expectations coming in from him, obviously replacing Charlie Wack, who I think we got about £1 million for at the time. This was when I wasn't really doing videos constantly as frequently as what I do now, but he came in, and then first season, I actually thought he did quite well. He scored like 11 goals in a team that finished bottom of the league, a couple penalties in there, but I thought he did quite well. Then, in obviously our first season in Sky Bet League 2, he was loaned out to Swindon Town under Gary Bowyer. He played him for actually the first couple of matches like a number 10. We had Donaldson and Vaughan up front with Owen Doyle as a number 10. It was absolutely crazy the way Gary Bowyer was trying to get us to play. He ended up joining Swindon. He scored 30 goals, 40 goals in the end. I think he'd already scored 20 by January, something like that. This is what happens when you loan a good player to a fellow promotion rival. Now, at the time of this news coming out, we were level on points with Barrow. I don't really know how they got on yesterday. I think they might have drawn with Leyton Orient, so we still might be on level points with them. Now, some people don't really see Barrow as a promotion rival, but the fact of the matter is we are on the exact same amount of points after, I think we've played 25 and they've played 26. They're not a bad side. They do have some very good players in there. I personally quite like Jake Young. Clearly, though, it must have been a falling out with Jake Young and Mark Hughes. Now, I don't want to be starting rumours and all that sort of stuff, but it can't be based on footballing ability. When we've seen some of the poor performances from players like Harry Chapman, we've also seen the injuries for Aboisa, Jamie Walker, obviously Tyreek Wright, signing for Plymouth Argyle as well. There's been so many different reasons as to why Jake Young should have been involved in matchday squads at times. Dion Pereira's poor performances, yet he's constantly been picked week in, week out. So Mark Hughes might value someone who's maybe not as good, or not maybe being as training as well, but maybe the attitude more, which I can understand. Obviously, you don't want bad eggs in there, but from what we've seen from the outside looking in, he certainly doesn't seem like that type of person. Now, obviously, the club have clearly put a lot of trust in Jake Young, signing him for an undisclosed fee in the summer. I believe it was only a small compensation package due to his age and all that sort of stuff, but giving him a 3-year deal with the option of a further year. He's only 21. I think it's best for all parties, really. If he's not going to play this season, then what's the point in him just sticking around doing nothing in our reserves and never playing? You know, what is the point in him just running every Saturday when he can go out and get games? I do think he will do very well for Barrow. We all thought that when he signed, he was going to be a striker. He's come in and played quite a lot on the left wing so far, and when he has played there, I think he's done quite well. You know, he's very fast. He doesn't look the quickest, but he is very fast. Good dribbler. Sometimes he just tries to overplay in poor areas, and like he's on the edge of your 18-yard box, maybe 20-25 yards out from your own goal, and he's trying to do a skill move. That are the sort of things that he needs to cut out of his game, and maybe that's why Mark Hughes doesn't trust him maybe to put him in there, because he can't afford someone to be taking crazy risks like that. But I think in the 4-diamond-2 formation that we have been playing, as a second striker, someone to play off Vanilla or Andy Cook in the role that Tyreek Wright and more recently Abo Issa have been playing, and I think he could have done very well in that role. Obviously, he is still our second top goal scorer at this moment in time. I think he's got one of the best goals per minute ratios at Bradford City. From a purely footballing perspective, this move is absolutely baffling. If you are interested in going the extra mile to support the channel, then feel free to become a member and unlock members only videos, receive early access to videos, you get a shout out in every video. Also, you'll be able to access exclusive member badges and emotes, as well as other exclusive content. Prices start from as little as 99p. Thank you very much for your support. If we actually have a look then at his league stats from this campaign, I think I actually did a video about his league stats a couple of days ago for tier 3 channel members when he'd been linked with a move to Grimsby Town. Obviously, he has decided to join Barrow if rumours are to believe that Grimsby were in for him. He played 7 matches for us in the league so far this season, starting 3 of them, averaging 38 minutes per game. In the league, he scored 2 goals, averaging a goal every 135 minutes. That's a very, very good record in my opinion. He averaged 1.9 shots per game, 0.6 shots on target per game, with a 15% goal conversion rate. 1 goal from inside the box, which obviously was the one against Barrow, and then 1 goal from outside the box, which was the goal against Walsall. He averages 19 touches per game, created 1 big chance, averaging 0.3 key passes per game as well. He had a 73% passing accuracy in total, 73% in his own half, 64% in the opposition half, with 17% of his long balls being accurate and 17% of his chip passes being accurate as well. He didn't attempt to cross in a Bradford City shirt in the league. His defensive stats aren't great, and I would say that is certainly something that he is not the strongest with. You know, 1v1, he's probably going to get skinned every single time. Only 0.1 interceptions per game, only 0.3 tackles per game, only 0.1 possession wins per game. He was dribbled past on 0.4 occasions per game, and he only averaged 0.1 clearances as well. He averaged 0.9 dribbles per 90 as well, 60% of them being successful. I think for a winger, having a 60% successful dribble rate is actually quite good. He averaged 2 total duels per 90, winning 34% of them, 1.7 ground duels, winning 41% of them, 0.3 aerial duels though, only winning 17% of them, so not great from that point of view either. But personally, I think this is a good move for him. You know, we have seen some inconsistent performances, like what I've already mentioned on. He has had some good games, like at home to Sheffield Wednesday, away at Barrow, but then at the same time, he has had some really poor games, like away at Tranmere. He was absolutely shocking in that game against Burton as well in the Papa John's Trophy. Sorry, he was absolutely terrible in that one. It makes sense for all parties. Get him out playing games, obviously provides a bit of competition for Barrow as well. This is clearly a position that they do need to strengthen in. Hopefully, it's not like one of them things where he's going to go out on loan for half a season, do really well there, and then maybe want to go there on a permanent basis, because I do think there is going to be a very good player in Jake Young. I certainly do think he's got the potential to at least get into the Championship. You think he's only, what, 20, 21, something like that? He's got another 10, 15 years as a footballer. Hopefully, his next 3-4 years with Bradford City are very successful as the time does go on, but clearly there's a reason why Forest Green let him go in the end, and maybe we're now coming to the realisation that maybe there is some sort of an attitude problem there. Like I say, I don't want to be starting rumours and all that sort of stuff, but from the outside looking in, when you don't really know what's going on at Bradford City, from a purely footballing perspective, it does seem absolutely bizarre why he's suddenly what has really been frozen out of the squad, to be honest with you. I do also understand other people's point of views when they're saying that they don't understand why we're developing other teams' loan players who are coming to Bradford City and they're not going to be here next season, like Dara Costa-Leo, Dion Pereira, Scott Banks. You know, we've got so many loan players at this moment in time playing in these attacking positions. Why are we developing other people's young players and sending ours out to promotion rivals? He's a goal scorer. If he goes there and scores between 8 and 12 goals for Barrow, which I think he's got more than enough ability to do so, get between 4 and 6 assists assists as well. I think a lot of Bradford fans will look back at this and think, what on earth was that from Bradford City? I guess the only people who will really know why Jake Young has been allowed to move on will be people like Mark Hughes, Ryan Sparks, and Jake Young himself. I don't know, so we're just going to have to wait and see how it does work out for him. We've got to trust Mark Hughes, and that is one thing that I certainly will do. He knows what he's doing. I have no idea what I am on about, but that's just my thoughts. If you have enjoyed watching today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 60 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts on this departure as well down in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Jake Young joining Barrow AFC on loan until the end of the season? Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure to check out my matchday vlog from yesterday if you haven't already, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Peace.